Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 16th to the 31st, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me more than you'll ever know. It's really getting me back on that YouTube algorithm, which we still have a ways to go because I had to take a break due to family health emergencies. So, thank you so very much. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I really, really appreciate you all more than you'll ever realize. So let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels, excuse me. I'm sorry, I have really bad allergies right now. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the world reverse. So we need to be mindful of being too centered inward. Like it's not being egotistical, but it is kind of. It's like it's all about me right now. And it can just be that we're feeling our feelings a little bit too intensely. Like the world reverse is when our world is just us. And we need to be mindful about that. When it's like it's just me. And that might sound a bit rude and I apologize for that, but there is a sense of like we have to open up the doors a bit more. We have to be mindful of just kind of like falling down rabbit holes, during this time, being very insular, you know? It doesn't mean that we have to go out and globetrot and, do all of that. But it just means that even just looking at other people's lives, going deeper into things, like even researching, it doesn't mean that we have to even go out and talk to people. But when we start to look at things and say, wow, look at what this person has been through, or look at that, or look at this part of the world, or, look at this, all of a sudden it starts to broaden our world and it starts to broaden ourselves. So let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Here, this is luminous, which has been coming up a lot lately in readings. And this is the Luna Moth, which I think is really beautiful because you are represented by the moon in the major arcana. And so here, there's a luminosity to you. It can be the luminosity of the moon, but it's something beautiful, something wonderful, like a Luna Moth, right? Something rare and fleeting that you get to take in and should never be caged. I remember when I was little, I grew up in Connecticut, and there was a Luna Moth outside on the tree. And my mom grew up in New York City, and she was like just absolutely blown away by it. And I wanted to capture it. I was like, "Oh, let's bring it inside." And she's like, "No, no, no, no. Let it be free. Let it be free because that's where it's meant to be." And this is here. Let the beauty of your life, like, let it be free. Let it explore. Let yourself, expand. Because we're going to try and want to cage things, mold things, make them a certain way. And Spirit's like, no, just let it be. Let it be. Let's see what Spirit has to say through the tarot. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides. Angels, ooh. One, two, three. Spirit says four. Okay. Oh, we'll put these ones up here because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's you. But Spirit said four. So these main ones, I'll put these ones up on top. And we won't make this reading super long because, it doesn't need to be. We're seeing doors open. With the Two of Wands, we're seeing our doors open. We're seeing ourselves open. We're looking at things in a different way. There's a power and a transformation to us. There can be a bit of a fire to us, like an intensity to us that we need to learn how to harness. As water sign energy, when the fire sign energy comes in, it can be very intense, especially if we're born on the cusp with Aries. Like the fire and the water don't always mix together, but you want to be that perfect, like simmering pot, right? So here, there is a sense of transformation. There is also a sense of passion, of creativity, of insight, of ideas guiding us, leading us. We are going to see ourselves embracing fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but like fire sign energy in our lives, fire sign energy in our charts, a real sense of this is how I'm moving forward. Like this is what I need for me. Creativity guiding us, a passion being a huge part of us. Justice, this is strong Libra energy. Now, what's very interesting here is I almost see like we were always, there can be an energy here around justice that always kind of tripped us up. We always wanted to be super fair to everyone. And we're realizing like that doesn't work. We can't be super fair to everyone. We have to be as fair as we can be and as, kind of like just as we can be. But you're not going to make everybody happy. And that's going to be a really freeing, experience here. There's also a sense of noticing our addictions. Like this could be addictions like alcohol, drugs, sex, food, shopping, and also the addictions of, pleasing others or, you know, even anxiety or procrastination or, whatever it is, whatever we're getting into a very negative loop around, we're also setting ourselves free from that. But these are two things that are going to come into play during this time, a sense of, well, I need everything to be fair to everyone, and we're just going to fail. And a sense of our addictions coming forward and wanting to take hold of us, and then we're just going to fail that way. So here, we're freeing our mind with the Eight of Swords around justice and around the devil, okay? Energy. But there's also a sense of be mindful of keeping things balanced during this time. We're going to have a tendency, because we have that fire energy in here, to go from one extreme to another extreme, kind of pendulum back and forth and not feel very stabilized during this time. And that's not what we want at all. We're really getting out of our own mind. We're getting out of our own way. And that's going to be a beautiful thing. The Eight of Swords is very much a sense, especially reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. It's like I'm getting out of the prison of my own mind, overthinking, overanalyzing, you know, keeping myself trapped in my thoughts or in a certain period that I can't move out of, right? Great Expectations, Mrs. Havisham, I believe, where she wore her wedding dress and, died in it. There's a sense because she never got married and she always just stayed in that one moment of humiliation and horror and pain and hurt. And that's what we can do. And we all know people who have lived like that. And it's like, stop it. The devil here is also going to show us, there's a light under the rocks. There's a light, there's a beauty in the most unlikely places. Remember, the devil energy is just a conglomeration of nature gods that were tamed. Here, what is part of your nature that you are trying to tame? And it brings us to the Lovers. Now, it's not a negative part of our nature. Okay, let's be clear about that. As long as you're coming from a place of love and compassion and respect, let yourself shine. The Lovers comes through. Now, this is Gemini energy. This is also Libra energy here with Justice, and Capricorn energy, with the Devil. Here we have Gemini energy with the Lovers. What do you love? And being blessed by what you love, letting that guide you forward. What you love is guiding you, is opening the door for you, is having you see things in a very different but very powerful way. And it brings us to the Three of Pentacles. Work hard, right? Not that you don't work hard, but work hard and save your money. Work hard and know where your money is going. This is going to be a time where you're very good at the intricate things, handicrafts, kind of like, you know, like calligraphy or pottery making or things like that, like weaving and crochet and knitting. There we go. All those type of handicrafts and things that people can think, oh, well, what's the use in that? And it's the patience and it's the diligence and it's the, creating something out of nothing type of deal. You're going to see that there's a purpose in it. And there's also a grounding of you. So if you're saying, Dean, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't like any of those things, You can find that if you pick it up now or, down the road, you might find that you ground yourself. Like there's just quietness that you do for yourself. This could also be painting and, you know, music or whatever. But here, there's a real sense of like, I'm grounding myself. I'm connecting myself. And here she's making a blanket. So, you know, that's where the sense of something slow and intricate comes in. You're looking at your dreams and you're seeing prosperity within them. And there's a power that moves you forward. There's an insight that guides you. During this time, you're going to look at things and say, not, oh, this is worthless. It's like, oh, this is an interesting idea. You know, you're really embracing you. Here, you come forward, right? You're represented by the moon in the major arcana, Pisces. And so you're shining forward, the full moon, the illumination of ideas, the sense of I'm halfway through a lunar cycle. What have I learned? What is it highlighting for me? And what we're seeing here is that there's a sense of things being out of balance. We could be overrun by our own emotions. We're trying to juggle too much. And in a way, not juggling enough. I don't mean like, oh, take more on, but I mean like something slips, and it's always frustrating, and we'll always take it on and take it personally. Like, oh, I just couldn't do that right, and I couldn't do that right. It's like, no, stop. You're taking on too much. Emotions will overwhelm you because you're not heading in the direction. Like, there's no clear path, right? It's just more and more and more. You need that clear path. And with the Six of Pentacles, things coming into balance. You have that with Libra. This is my Minor Arcana Libra card, right? Minor Arcana Justice card. There is a sense of things need to be in balance. There's something that's out of balance, and you can't put it in balance for everybody else. You need to put it in balance for you. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is a good one. It's the Five of Pentacles. That's a poverty mentality. That's feeling on the outside of wealth and prosperity and success and bounty, and an acknowledgement of that. It's like, no, I'm not doing this. Or, oh, I see this pattern coming in. Subconsciously, we need to be mindful of a sense of like, I don't get to have nice things, or I don't get to, embrace the prosperity, or I don't get to whatever because it's too overwhelming. Like, it's been too overwhelming. And success is for other people. This could be something that we learned when we were very small, when we were told that we couldn't, or this could be something that we've learned because life has dealt us some harsh blows. But we're not on the outside of wealth. We're not on the outside of prosperity. We're not. Success is a part of our lives. It doesn't mean that we'll all get mansions and drive fancy cars, but it does mean that we get to be peaceful within our existence and not always afraid. And that's the greatest gift. Our subconscious message from Spirit here is create. Create. Pisces, one thing you need to do, one thing that is so powerful for you is your creative ability. Like Gemini energy, you have that duality. You're the two fish. So here with the twins, there's a sense of understanding your duality and understanding that you are blessed because of it. And we can see ourselves as cursed because there's always no clear direction. Like, how do I do this? How do I do that? And there's a frustration. But if we let the two parts of us create, if we let ourselves find our balance, find our harmony, which is what this time is about, we can find that we step into something so much more than what we expected. And we start to create something really quite extraordinary. And it brings us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Nine of Wands reverse. We're releasing a lot of energy that was battle weary and overwhelmed, and a sense of, I didn't think it was going to be this hard, which I feel like are my famous last words, like, oh, how hard could it be? And then I didn't think it was going to be this hard. And so it's an overwhelming energy that is around us. But subconsciously and even consciously, we're releasing so much that has held us back. And we're stepping into a new place. We're creating a new existence. We might be thinking of starting a new business, or we might be thinking of having something on the side that we're really passionate about. We've always wanted to do. And we're like, well, why the heck not now? This is the time. This is the time to cultivate your passion and to move forward in distinction of you, of saying, this is what I want. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I want to create in my life. And that just changes your world. It really does. All right. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation. a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have an absolutely wonderful end of May. God bless. Bye.